Hello, friend. So I'm doing this video to show in the moments of stress or anxiety or unwanted thoughts or unwanted feelings in the body, what you can do. Because for me and my partner, it's talking about finances, it's money. So whenever we're talking, even if we have money for the stuff, it always has seemed in the past to be a point of contingency where fear, stress, anxiety can come in. And when I asked my partner yesterday what he feared, his thoughts were very catastrophic in thinking, going to a very extreme place. So that was my opportunity to think about how I'm creating this in my experience, right? Because it's not helpful to blame him for his thoughts, catastrophic or otherwise, right? So this morning, after discussing bills, and I'm not currently working, so there's a little extra seeming stress from the outside, right? Because it appears stressful, and it's something that people tend to get really worked up about. Hey, I've been alive for a long time, and I've had multiple past experiences where I didn't have money to pay certain bills. So I'm reflecting that that's something that doesn't help me, and that I could be drawing from and creating this in my outer experience when it doesn't need to be that way, right? So here's what I am showing, how I'm doing something different rather than feeling the stress in my body, which normally it presents with sensation in my chest, like tightening of my chest, more shallow breaths, maybe some racing thoughts of like how to solve this problem, because it's, there's anxiety attached to the feelings, and then the thoughts that want to come in and join it and wrap around those feelings are not helpful at all. So, and they're not a solution, and they're not going to offer a solution that ultimately feels good to me, which is, just running out and just finding a job somewhere, anywhere, to deal with the stress and the overwhelm, when it's not necessary to compound matters and make them worse. I don't need to be miserable, right? So, what's ideal is to take a moment, do a little deep breath, a little belly breaths. Breathe through the nose, not the mouth. You can already start to feel a sense of relaxation moving through my body, because I'm quieting the mind and allowing myself the space to not be actively engaged with the feelings and the thoughts of the unwanted things. And once I get myself in the state of feeling that feels good to me, that feels a little more relaxed, right? that's when I can better navigate other feeling states that I want to feel, that I want to move with. Because it's not necessarily I have to move into those states. Those states are all automatically there for me to just experience. They're already there. The only thing keeping me out of those states is resistance and fear-based feelings that bring fear-based thoughts, and that builds a momentum then that would keep me out of my natural state, which is to feel good and to feel at ease, to be in that space of knowing that everything is okay and that everything is working out for me and that what I want is already done. Like let's say I want a job or I want a way to create an income, that's done. So that would be the feeling state that I would then naturally begin to feel. I don't have to force it. I don't have to think of a bunch of scenarios about that, because sometimes doing that can feel really stressful if I don't know what those scenarios are, right? I just know that the feeling of everything being okay, that's what's important. And that's the key. And so this is something that Neville Goddard talks about over and over and over, and Edward Art has explicitly pointed out that is what is key to going from a state of not feeling good, of feeling the way you don't want to feel, to feeling the way you do want to feel. So, and I've read different comments from different places where people have expressed interest or just wanting a better understanding of what to do and how to feel like they're not in that that kind of panicky, worried, anxiety, fearful place in their own minds, when what they want is not perceivable yet in their 3D world or in their outer world, right? So what I would say from my personal experience is the more that I focus on what seems to be missing or lacking or not manifested yet in my outer world, is I'm giving too much attention to the outer world when really I don't need to give any attention to any of those things. And just saying that, just allowing myself to say that truth brings relief. It brings a sense of relief. Do you know why it brings relief? It's because I'm now moving more into the natural truth of who I am and what I can do. And what I can do is remember and express to myself through feeling the truths about myself and about these teachings, right? Which is there's nothing outside of me that needs to be fixed, that I can actually push to change in a way that's really long-term or meaningful, or that if it doesn't feel good, it's probably me trying to intellectualize and rationalize what steps I need to take to assert, force, action, a change in my perceivable outer world. For me, those never feel good. What feels good is when I feel at ease and I feel calm and I feel a sense of knowing that everything is working out for me, that what I want is already achieved. I'm simply not the problem anymore. I'm now the solution. And that it's just that subtle of a switch, but it's huge. And so when I say to myself the truths that feel better, then I can give myself space and grace to just be in the moment, relaxed and okay with everything unfolding for me the way I want it to, as good or better than what I can feel / imagine. And so it's always, especially when you're practicing this, it's always tempting to jump back into the patterns of anxiety and stress and worry and fear. It's so tempting because it's what we know, and it's what most of us have practiced in depth over and over and over again with almost anything that is unwanted that presents itself to us in the seen world. And over time, we have stored all those feelings inside of our body, and that's one of the reasons why I think I can feel it in my body first. And when I feel it, that's an indicator to me that that's not the focus or the attention that I should be giving it. It's telling me that that's time to withdraw my focus, my energy, and my attention from that particular topic. I can put a pin in it and just leave it where it's at. If it's not an emergency, if somebody's life isn't depending on me making a decision right then and there, I don't need to freak out about it. I don't need to destroy my momentum of feeling the trust and the knowing that everything is okay just to make someone else happy. And it doesn't make them happy anyways. It's just joining them in that story or in that narrative or in that situation that kind of just messes up your generous present moment, which is really the only thing that we have that's, being in the now. So for my heart, for my inner world and my outer world, my mind, to be in sync, it's been a really powerful for me to realize that the more I step away from what my mind is spinning on to soothe and go inward, I can then meet the generous present moment from a new feeling state. And I know that everything else will reshuffle and it'll rework itself out to meet me where I'm where I want to be. And yes, on the outside, that might seem crazy to people who aren't interested in these teachings or who aren't practicing them. And it may seem like really pie in the sky, delusional thinking. And that's fine, because they don't have to do it. It's not about them. This is about me, and this is how I am doing it. And I'm doing it utilizing the teachings of Neville Goddard and then the further unfolding teachings of Edward Art Supply Hands. So this is how I have found my greatest sense of relief, and with that relief, it has every time it continues to bring me an unfolding, like the bridges of incidents will unfold for me. I don't have to go into my outer world running around, scavenging, freaking out, trying to figure it all out myself, and then making myself a basket case in the process. Because I know a lot of people who do that. I've been one of those people who has done that. And it's misery, okay? It's just pure misery for me. Maybe other people like it. I don't know. It's not about, everyone can do what they want to do, right? You have free will to live the life the way that you want to. This is me living my life using these teachings, and I'm sharing this, and I'm hoping that it will be of use to you, friend, because the more I feel better, I envision you feeling better, and then we're all feeling better, and things can continue to unfold, and people can live their dreams and live the life that they want to experience. And that, to me, is the most important thing that a person can do in this human experience. Live the life that you want to live, and live it for yourself. You don't have to run around trying to please everyone or do things the way that you think you're supposed to do it. Because for me, a lot of that is fear-based thinking and doing. And I refuse to do that anymore. So this is what I'm doing instead. And if you're here watching this, you probably, you're probably someone who kind of wants to do that too, is to just do what feels good for you, and to be the solution in your life, to not be the creator of problems in your life. So we're giving I am what we want, and we're changing the only thing that we can change, which is the self. And in doing so, the self is going to be showing us in this seen world how what we're doing, just by feeling, is the most powerful, most productive, most natural thing that we can do. So, it's a beautiful day. It's very sunny. All my solar apparatus are charging, and and it's a lovely temperature out. So I'm going to go do dishes and listen to some music that I like, and I'm going to continue feeling amazing and happy that it feels so good. Not just all my bills are paid and everything that I'm doing is unfolding perfectly and beautifully for me, but that I feel good right now. My peace and my joy and my sense of balance has not been knocked off kilter. There's nothing outside of me that is allowed to do that unless I give it permission to do that. And the only way I can give something like that permission is if I join it. And that's not the state of feeling that I'm interested in joining. So I hope this has been helpful. I have nothing but good feelings for myself and for all of us till we talk again.